Buenos dias, Gunners Collective TV. Back at it. You already know. Like a torta with some bad habits. Bye, bye. Tommy Gunz is going to spit at you. Let's get to this intro. Welcome back to the channel, and if you haven't already hit that like and subscribe button, make sure you go ahead and do that. Put your notification bell on all so that way you're directing the direction of the dope content that I'm kicking, and I appreciate all the support. So spitting at a person at a concert while you're on stage, protected by security and a barrier and a whole lot of bullshit. It's party and bullshit. It's party and bullshit. I've always thought, when I was actively gangbanging, when I was in the mix, that a person getting spit on or a person doing the spitting is probably one of the most cowardice acts I've ever seen. Okay, why? Why are you gonna denigrate a person to the point where you spit on them, where you feel that you have to exchange bodily fluids with them? Why not get the fuck off where you're mad at or shut the hell up? Now, a video has surfaced on social media. Damn, Tommy Gunz is having a bad week. He's taking L's, okay? Tommy Gunz is doing a concert at a smaller venue in the Pacific Northwest. I'm not too sure what city he was exactly in because they're all over the place with locations. But he was doing this concert. Looked like the crowd was into it to some degree at some point, right? Which is a good thing. Actually, he's doing a Pacific Northwest tour because we already know he was in Spokane, Washington, where he ran into a bulldog and the bulldog's children were there and they almost got into a fight at the GameStop, the local GameStop. So now he finds himself in a concert at a smaller venue doing his thing, and he gets into it with someone in the crowd. Now, of course, these guys that shake pom-poms, man, that are big Tommy Gunn fans, that are not fans of his music, that are not fans of this youngster coming up and getting paid, but are more fans in promoting the gang violence and the division between North and South, immediately ran to the internet, posted this video, and said, Tommy Gunn spits on a Norteno at a concert. First and foremost, that was not a Norteno. That was a regular white guy with long hair looking like, we're not gonna take it. No, we're not gonna. He wasn't gonna take it. And for whatever reason, he got into some argumentative situation with Tommy Gunz, which you would think Tommy Gunz, being the performing artist on stage at his concert, would be more focused on remembering the lyrics. It's not too hard. I could recite all the lyrics to the songs right now. So again, you can tell by the writing on the wall. There you go, right? If I had a buster, he would be a dog on a leash, right? The doctor told me I was supposed to be a girl. I guess he was right? Look, I like Tommy Gunz, but he's funny. That's the Dr. Seuss of the rap game, right? He should be more focused on what he's doing, getting his money, and being a professional rather than trying to gangbang on stage and get into arguments with people that are there to support him. Now, of course, the internet, the guys that shake pom-poms are going to make it seem like it's a North and South situation because that's what they do. You know, they want to turn Tommy Gunz into this Sureño superhero. Like he's the Vato over there representing Sur Gang. Maybe in his mind, maybe in his head, but to the real ones that are out there in Southern California, Vatos that have been around are looking at this Vato shaking their head like, what is it? Straight up. And I can tell you, I'm from Northern California, but I shake my head like, what a idiot. What a guy that gets an opportunity and is going to throw it away because he wants to be like Mike, because he wants to be cool. What a stupid asshole, right? I'm just going to keep it real, man. And every other derogatory term I could think of. This guy literally is spitting at people in the concert with no regards for safety, with no regards for where that spit is going. It could have hit anyone in the crowd. You know, this guy was further back with the barrier and security between them, and you decide to spit on someone who literally paid for the ticket to get into your venue and support you. Now, people immediately made it a North and South thing because Tommy Gunz makes it a North and South thing, right? And that's because he's an upstater. He's from Northern California. He's from the Central Valley, which is considered Northern California, right? In gang standards, right? And I'm going to explain this to you. Tommy Gunz comes from a hood that there's about 10 people, a very, very small town of a population of about 4,000. The only thing there was a gas station and a hamburger stand and a lot of fields, right? And him and 9 other of his homies got together and decided, because they looked inside a lowrider magazine, to create a barrio, right? Hey, we're going to fucking, our clique is a strong clique, guy. And they did their thing. No problems. You could be whatever you want to be in this world and be from and represent whatever you want to be. I learned that a long time ago, right? But here's the kicker. They decided to go against the grain in Tulare County and be Southerners and go against the Norteno population that surrounds them. Hey, it takes heart. It takes respect and it takes heart to go against the grain and to be a man that not everyone wants you to be. I respect it. But at the same time, it makes you wonder and think, what type of klecha, right? What type of schooling in the gang realm did fucking Tommy Gunz really receive? And I can tell you guys right now, nada, chale, zero, donut, homer, nope, nothing. He didn't receive klecha because I think he's first generation from his neighborhood, meaning him and a few homies got together and created this make-believe barrio. Now they are established. Now people know who East Side Pixlon is, right? How the fuck is there an East Side if there's barely any side? But he decided to create this neighborhood. And you could tell they're first generation, a bunch of youngsters representing Lowrider magazine and doing what they do, right? And being happy as fuck anytime anyone from LA acknowledges them. And this is a perfect example of no klecha, no education. So they don't know how to, I'm not going to say they, because I don't know everyone from his neighborhood and how they represent. But Tommy Gunz does not know how to program respectfully. Okay, doesn't know how to function with class and professionalism like Sureños and Southsiders do. Always classy, always professional, a little bit of arrogance, but willing to get off where they're mad at. Now, Tommy Gunz seems like he wants to get off. He wants to show the internet that he'll get off. He wants to be the big bad wolf, huff, puff, and blow a Norteno's house down. But at the end of the day, there's no professionalism there. When you're doing a concert, when you're out and about in public, who gives a shit if someone doesn't like your music and they're talking shit? You have to be a professional. It doesn't make you look bad if someone woofs on you, but you don't spit into a crowd. So from the video that I seen, and I seen a lot of different angles, Tommy Gunz was performing. Someone was being a heckler in the crowd, which was actually a bigger white guy with long hair, looking like fucking Jelly Roll before he lost the weight. And Tommy Gunz decided to jump off stage, engage in an argument with another man, a strange man, that was not wearing a color red, that did not have a red paño in his hand, that was not saying Norte at no point in time, and decided to incite the crowd and spit on this man, to which the crowd went off and started to plaquear this guy, meaning they started to jump him. You could see in the video, this guy's getting jumped. He's getting his hair pulled. People are scratching. They're trying to bite him in the back. All kinds of shit was going on in this crowd. They mollywopped this guy. And it wasn't because he was a Norteño or because he was representing the Northern cause, but they mollywopped him because he was arguing with their superhero at a concert, Tommy Gunz. So who is Tommy Gunz? A guy who goes there to make money and perform and do his music, and he incites a crowd of people to jump a man because that guy doesn't like him. Boo-hoo. Just because someone doesn't like you doesn't mean you fuck up the whole concert venue for people that paid good money and came to support you because you're upset. To the point that you know you can't get to this man. You know this man can't get to you. So the only thing in that instant you could think of was to spit on him and the rest of the crowd. Wow. I thought running up on a man with his children, disrespecting a man in front of his children was enough. That took the cake, right? To which Tommy got a new name, Tommy Runs, right? And you know what? A lot of people are keying in on the fact that he backed up. But I'm going to keep it honest with you and real, man. If someone's swinging on me, I'm going to take a step back too to avoid it and then come through. That's just normal. So I didn't see him running away from the situation. I seen him running to a situation that could have been avoided. Again, no clecha. His neighborhood, him, has no clecha because he don't have older homeboys to give that to him. See, I at least had older homeboys that were gamed up, seasoned, that would tell me, hey, stop looking like a stupid ass. Stop going out there and throwing up gang signs and spray painting and doing dumb shit. If you're about the business, that's not the business. Be about the business. Move in silence. Get in, get out, handle your shit, and don't tell everyone because they're going to tell on you. This is the type of game I was given. At the same time, I had older homeboys that were telling me, fuck that shit too, bro. Go out there, get a job, get money, get a badass chick, relax, homie. And if you're needed, you will be asked. That casa will ask you for assistance. If not, bro, you know what I mean? Represent the voter in the righteous way. Don't go spray paint on your neighborhood and fuck it up. Don't, we didn't have internet back then. We didn't have social media. So I understand it's a whole different game now. Now it's all about the way you look, not the way you have people shook. I get it. But here's some knowledge you can't get in college. Gangbanging 101 is gangbanging 101. And you either have it or you don't, homie. You either are gamed up enough to know how to carry yourself and be a gangster and not a gangbanger. Because, let me explain to you. There are two different things between a gangster and a gangbanger. Okay, a gangbanger is someone out there throwing up hand signs, spray painting, antagonizing the situation, trying to represent for their neighborhood and look cool. A gangster don't move that way. A gangster does gangsterous things. Not that either one is something to be proud of. Okay, but there is a difference. Tommy Gunz seems like he wants to play gangster, but he's being a gangbanger. And it's unfortunate that someone that has talent, that has an opportunity to have people pay for a ticket to come watch him. And it was quite a crowd. There was a lot of people there. Now, I don't know if he was the headliner. I'm sure he was not, could have been. It looked like a pro Southsider crowd. And of course, anytime a guy who's a Southern artist or a Northern artist, the crowd's going to be predominantly your people's. But in the Pacific Northwest, you have such a mix of people. How do I know? I live in the Pacific Northwest. I can tell you there's such a mix of people. Now, there are Southsiders and Nortenos. Yes, there are. They are everywhere. Okay, but they're not the majority. The majority of people that you're going to see in the Pacific Northwest are whites, blacks, and Asians, and then Mexicans to some degree. Salvadorians, different ethnicities of the Latino community. It's what it is. But of course, a concert featuring Tommy Gunz is going to bring out the element of gangbangers, gangsters, gang members. Hey, it's the way it is, right? Now, would a Norteno pay for a ticket to come antagonize Tommy Gunz specifically by himself? I highly, highly doubt it. The people that are making these videos that are quick, oh man, Tommy Gunz spits on a Norteno, right? Now, imagine the same individual that's making that video if the roles were reversed. Say if it was a Norteno that spit on Tommy Gunz, guess what the headline would be? Oh, PC move, Norteno tries to spit at Tommy Gunz while he's doing a concert. That's a coward move, right? Of course, that's pom-poms. You know what I'm saying? Not being real and not just keep calling it what it is. What it is this. It was a fat white guy, brother, not affiliated with the Norteno cause at all, that got into an argument with Tommy Gunz, and Tommy Gunz spit on him, and the people jumped him in the crowd. It had zero to do with Norteños and Southerners, man. And people keep instigating this shit. People want this North and South shit to keep continuing to go on. Hey, they don't care that their family members are in danger and that people have died and sacrificed behind this shit. That makes no sense, right? But they want to keep antagonizing the situation. It's weird and wild. And those that do it, you never see videos of them out there in the streets making moves. You always see them posting other videos of other people busting a move. That's just facts, right? So, no. Tommy Gunz did not spit on a Norteno at a concert. He spit at a fat white dude, a brother, right? At a concert, and the crowd went off. No Norteños were going to pay to go see Tommy Gunz and antagonize the situation unless they were deep and came for a specific reason to get off where they were mad at. And obviously, this guy was by himself. If you look into the video, he's getting jumped by everything moving. It's just how that went. The realization I got, the perspective I got on this video is Tommy Gunz is fucking up. He wants to remain relevant in the game or make himself so relevant, but he's doing it for all the wrong reasons. If you want to gangbang, gangbang. Stop rapping. Get away from that stage and go spit on people if that's what you want to do. See, I remember, man, I want to talk about DP. I had a homeboy. And he got with this chick, man, and I tried to pull him to the side and let him know, like, that was a toxic relationship. Now, this was way before people were using the word toxic relationship, but it was fucking toxic, right? This chick beat him up. He beat her up. And this was actually my prima, this chick, right? No joke. When I found out they were together, I was like, bro, what are you thinking? Because she wasn't pretty whatsoever, but she was pretty gangster. Now, she was a gangster, right? And Tommy Gunz, she could teach you a thing or two. But she had a spitting problem as well. And so did he. And so one day I'm at the homegirl coconuts pad chilling, man. I'm trying to pop, right? And my prima's there and her old man, which is the homie from my neighborhood. And they get into this big fight. They're in the room. I don't know what they're doing. I hear loud noises. And it sounds like someone's getting their back cracked. And all of a sudden she comes out with her hair messed up, looking worse than when she went in, which was not hard to do, right? And he comes out all happy with a Cheshire smile on his face, like he just found Alice in Wonderland, right? And next thing you know, they're spitting in each other's faces, fucking trying to bomb on each other. And I was like, whoa, this is my cousin, and you're a man, and you can't bomb. But she's really the one spitting on him, beating the hell out of him, and he's spitting back, and I just, spit's going everywhere. And I jumped up, and I'm like, man, I don't want to be involved in what you guys got going on. And so I broke it up, whatever. They continued this relationship. It was worse and worse and worse to the point where one day we're all fucking, me and my prima and the homegirl, we go to the store to grab some 40s. And we see, and I've told the story, we see the homeboy, he's right there. There's a taco truck on the corner, right? It's right on 11th Street. He's right there at the store. There's like a store, a local little liquor store, and then there's a fucking taco truck. All the homies are right there. They're getting burritos and tacos and doing their thing. We pull up, and of course, hood shit. Ah, what's up? What's up? I'm in the back seat because I'm riding with these two chicks. And my prima, she calls the homeboy over, and he comes over, and she breaks a 40 in his face. And he starts going into convulsions, and she's spitting on him and whatever, right? And the moral of the story is this. I jumped off the car like, no, and it was all bad, man. I almost got DP behind that because they thought we set the homeboy up. But it hadn't. Once they realized I knew what was going on, and I told them what was going on, and then everyone knew what was going on. And I jumped off the car. Well, my prima, that same chick, she got upset because you're backing the homies up above family. Fuck yeah, I am. The homeboys would kill me. The family's just going to ostracize me. I'm cool with that, right? I don't want to give you motherfuckers anything for Christmas. Anyways, she pulled up on me a week later and said, what's up, sangre, and spit at me. And I was furious. That's probably the worst thing a man could accept. Anyways, right? The homeboy, because of his spitting tactics and the way he was with females, he ended up getting with another female, same shit. And eventually the homeboys told him, hey, bro, that's weirdo shit. Like, what in your mind makes you want to spit? How much hatred do you have for somebody to do that? It takes a lot to spit on someone. You know, very unprofessional, very uncharacteristic of a gangster. And, you know, if you're mad, you use these, you don't use that. You know, if you ever got to use your mouth and bodily fluids to get off, something ain't right. You might be a soul snatcher and just don't know it yet. Anyways, Tommy Gunz, the word circulating around again is that he's over there creating chaos. This is his second time popping up in a week on a video in the Pacific Northwest acting a fool. Is it just a youngster doing gangster things? Or does he really need to sit down with an older vato and get some flecha, get some game, and understand how to conduct himself with professionalism? Look, he's representing a brand. His brand in music, but also something bigger than him. Anytime you say Sur Gang, that's what you represent. And when you're going out there creating chaos and bullshit, yeah, there's going to be these little youngsters that post your videos. Yeah, the homie Tommy, man, he's spitting at people. He's a gangster. Then there's going to be real vatos that sit back and say, what the fuck you doing, Esse? I'm just keeping it real, man. That's from an OG, not OG, but old heads. I'm not an OG and nothing, but I'm an old heads perspective, right? And I can tell you guys right now, there's nothing cool about that. Spitting into a crowd of people that thought this was a Judas Priest concert, and then you came out. You know what I mean? And for those that are running around trying to create fucking more distractions and division between North and South, no, that was not at all a Norteno. That was just a regular white dude, man. And the crowd jumped on him. And I mean, there's fucking dudes that, yeah, man, they packed them out. They packed them out. Why? Where you at, though? Why are you so happy when you see people get packed out? Yet you sounds like in your voice like your fucking pussy's all wet. You know what I mean? It's weird. They packed them out. They packed them out, right? They didn't pack them out. They jumped a fucking dude fucking for whatever reason they did. Not because he was a Norteno. He was a fucking white dude, man. Watch the video closer. You know, just like that fucking bulldog was a Norteno too. And it's always the same fucking channels that put this shit out, man, that try to cause drama between North and South. Hey, North and South already got enough drama that they don't need some little cheerleading youngster in the background speaking on it, right? And I'm not pointing any fingers at any particular channel. I mean, those that know who they are, and that's just it. They have to look in the mirror and live with themselves. talking all that bullshit, but ain't never put in no work, man. I guarantee that. It's weird. It's crazy. Anyways, Tommy Gunz acting a fool. What do you guys think about it? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Heavy's going to be the hand that wears the crowd, or the head that wears the crowd. Right now, I can't even think, man, because I got to watch out. Tommy doesn't try to spit at me, right? This video is sponsored by Barrio Liquors out there in Turlock, California, man. If you're ever in the Turlock, California area, go pull into the Barrio and get you some cold drink. Also by Sticks and Stones Yard Service out there in Arizona, man. If you're in that area, man, Google the homeboy Sticks and Stones Yard Service. He'll pull up and take care of you. And Heavy's going to be the head that wears the crown, Tommy, unless you spit on it. Then I don't want it no more. Bang, bang.